रे मंडे आ गया मंडे।
अरे मंडे आ गया क्या यार, वापस ऑफिस जाना पड़ेगा।
यार मेरे जूते कहाँ चले गए?
मेरा लैपटॉप क्यों नहीं मिल रहा?
अरे यार मेरी कैब क्यों नहीं आ रही?
Hustlers for bread.
वो चली Start.
Welcome to the pod. Before inviting the guest, I have a story to recite. Once there was a woman who earned a lot of money as a lawyer. She invented a wholesome affair with travel for everyone as a solution to all quarter life crises she faced. So, welcome Paro from Raw Diaries.
Hi Varneet, how are you?
I'm good. So, हाँ मतलब कितना टाइम हो गया आपको ट्रैवल करते हुए?
Well, you know the story, so this is for the public that I started my first luxury और या तो फिर खुद funded solo travel back in 2017. अपनी first salary से I remember going and taking a trip alone to Topta Tunganath. It's a trek in Uttar Pradesh बोल रही हूँ Uttarakhand. So that trek. Yeah, so 2017 I started my travels.
So, when did you decide to found your own travel company?
Okay, so travel started, and that time I was a lawyer. I was a corporate lawyer. I used to deal with Make My Trip, Oyo, and all these companies. But then I started traveling, and that's when I realized that in this industry, I see myself. Like everyone loves travel, but you know they don't see the other side of the travel. Like you always see travel as from a tourist point of view, where everything is good, amazing. But when you go to the other side, there are so many pain points. So once I decided to move on from my corporate law and want to do something in travel industry, you know, everyone suggested, why don't you buy a property or lease a property and run it? But I didn't want to like stay at one place, and that's the whole point, right? Like travel, you should not be constrained to one place.
Yeah.
So that's when I took a year just to research and see what are the pain points in the other side of the industry, because travel is not going to stop. So the industry is only going to grow from here. So the pain points of this industry and how to, you know, kind of curate the product. So that's when it started, and I have other partners with me in Raw Diaries. So we brainstormed, we figured out that this can actually be a good product. So right now what our live is the experiential trips and the budget trips for college, which focuses on college kids and, you know, who just wants to understand, because nothing teaches like travel, right? I mean, when you are on your own, that's when you get to learn so many things.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vaneet, so that's how it started, and you know how it is going right now.
So this is the reason why we started the podcast, to educate in general everyone, to tell them what happens in the like every different work culture. Like you are in the travel industry, so
Yes.
who's traveling for like passion and all, they won't actually know what's in the travel industry. Who are working there, they will only know what's in them. So tell us, like, if you ever faced any struggles while traveling, or when you first started the travel, who are not in the travel industry, they could get a gist of it.
Okay, so that's what I said, right, in my first answer, that as a tourist, how you see the travel industry is very different when you come to the other side, right? As a tourist, you only see the good side of it.
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of things that are there in the travel industry, the hospitality, the, forming bonds, and then there are two different kind of tourism which I want to talk about. One is the backpackers, solo travelers, and budget travelers, and there is this luxurious travel. So when you ask me how was the industry, it's like any other industry, but yeah, the market is growing, but at the same time there are a lot of challenges. The organization is very unstructured, so a lot of players are involved at a lot of point of time, so your contacts are gonna come handy. So that's how I define the industry. If I gave you a general overview, there are multiple parties, and there are a lot of like it's not that one company, there are a lot of stakeholders in the company, and then hospitality versus, you know, value of services, there's so many aspects. So I don't know how I can put it in like 2-3 lines, but you have to really take out time to understand the industry. But in like any other industry, it also has, you know, the kind of bosses. It also has, not maybe in such a corporate कोई hard fast rule follow कर रहा है, but इधर भी वाला सीन है, कोई किसी के लिए काम करता है. The market is nice. I mean, it again depends in the market you are in, because every geographically is shifted. The vibe market that you have in South India will not be the vibe and market that you have in Himachal. The contacts, the people, the way things work is very different in mountains than place in South India. Like I just went to a Kerala solo tour, and Varkala was very different than GB where I'm currently in. So GB is very peaceful. The kind of crowd is more romantic, like romantic getaways or solo travelers. Wherein Varkala, a lot of foreigners. Like every 10 step you can spot 2-3 foreigners. So market is very different. The reason of traveling to these two places are very different. Here in GB, if you want to buy one thing, you have to literally travel for 2-3 hours to get the basic things. Wherein in Varkala, if it's connected to town and everything is nearby, you get everything within 20 minutes. So all that, geographically also the sector changes. So that's what I can say. And there is no a definitive answer that I can give to you, Vaneet. It's just I feel you have to travel to understand this market.
You are traveling since 3-4 years. So have you ever faced any discrimination in any way, as a woman also, as a beginner also?
Yeah, a lot of things that pulls you back as a woman entrepreneur is what I can say. I won't say discrimination, but then maybe I do get things easy, yes, because I'm a woman, but at the same time, the things I really want, for that is like she's a woman. That kind of reactions I have got in the recent past. And also as a beginner, generally your close circle, your friends and your alumni supports, kind of supports you. So that's what I am trying to get. But since I'm a woman entrepreneur, since something I'm doing such a non-traditional thing, it's just out of the box from a corporate lawyer to a travel entrepreneur. I mean, this is a big switch. So even people are taking some time to, believe, have a trust. So per se not discrimination, but there have been hardships like traveling alone. Where it's easy for a man to travel alone, but for me I have to make schedule in such a way that wherever I am before dark, I stay there. So problems like that, and India is safer than what it used to be in the past, but still there is a lot of things which concerns the women's security, and you can't travel everywhere. You can travel probably in Karnataka, Himachal, but there are places like, I don't want to take the name of the states, but where you don't feel so safe and secure to travel solo. All these things, I won't call it it's discrimination, but something that pulls you down, pulls you back and make you rethink on your decisions. So
so you tell there are some pull down, especially for women in some places. So would you wanna suggest the listeners to what they should do?
The first time solo travelers? Are they women, or it's just a general question for solo travelers?
In general also, for women also.
Okay, so I think in general, the first thing you should do is start. For God's sake, just start traveling, and once you do it, it gets easier. That's all I can say. I think Vaneet, you will agree here.
Totally.
I remember the first time I saw you, what is happening, when I met you for the first time, but then later, after your 2 trips, you can see the confidence that you have gained. So, the first thing I would say for any solo traveler is take that leap of faith and probably start with a group. I will kind of promote myself right now. Just travel with groups like Raw Diaries and other groups where, you will be solo, but you will not be alone. Right? So that, and second, travel to places which you have certainty about. First start small. You can travel alone in your own city. Once you have that confidence of using the public transport and anything. Then go to places like Rishikesh, Goa, where you know that you will find fellow tourists, or the safety is not that of a concern. And stay with chains of hostels or trusted properties and everything.
Yeah.
And once you go there, then you explore and switch to other properties. So these are the basic things which you can do when you are traveling for the first time. My first solo travelers, I went with a group to that same thing, Chandratal, Chopta, Tunganath, and it was an amazing experience. Yes, I was with a lot of people to call it solo travel, but I was no one's priority, right? So it was still a solo travel for me, and it gave me the confidence that okay, fine, I can take care of myself, and rest is a history.
Yeah.
What about you, Varneet? Like, what about you? How was your first solo travel experience?
My first solo travel was amazing. Like, you were the host, so it was like I explored many places. Many in Gokarna. Moreover, I explored life.
What made you take that leap of faith? Like, when you started traveling solo, what made you take that leap of faith?
For me, it was you and your Insta handle. I saw the story that you are organizing Gokarna and
So, do you feel liberated after your first solo travel?
Yeah.
Sounds like you just have to take that leap of faith.
Yeah. So it's all about the leap of faith. So like I started traveling at 19. I have traveled 2 times and it has changed me a lot. Like it even helped me with my degree, with my college and with my career in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who are still in the college students, the biggest issues like their parents don't agree to go travel, or they don't have much. So how should they travel? Would you suggest anything?
Well, first of all, start going to the places around you, and there are places like which are cheap. Which you can plan, or a day, wherever you are, a day out from there. And then there are companies like Raw Diaries who actually gives you budget trip ka option. So people who, you guys can save and actually use that instead of partying probably. You can use that pocket money to save some money and travel for these budget trips, because the experience is gonna liberate you. So people should definitely invest in travel at a very young age, because as I said, travel is the best teacher that you can have. So apart from that, Raw Diaries also gives the student to like they can pay us an EMI. So we have that option also. So yeah, if any student wants to join in, that's one thing they can do. Apart from that, definitely start small, start with something that is nearby, and the spots which are cheap like Manali or Rishikesh, and then move to slowly as they understand.
Yeah. So the industry has changed a lot in like 4-5 years. Like earlier it was like the industry of 5 to 9 and like changed. Like everyone is coming on the Instagram, becoming an influencer. What would you gonna say on that?
See, everyone wants recognition. So a small person who is doing sif lakdi kaat raha, he also is looking for recognition, and that's how you show your work. Everyone has some or other talent, so they want that validation for themselves. So influencers are gonna be there, creators are gonna be there. They will make it, they might not make it, it doesn't matter. Like influencer as a industry is good, it's nice, but then it depends. Like you have to follow the journey of that influencer, right? Like if I just buy off followers, the numbers should not be considered for seeing if it's an influencer or not. If you're actually getting influenced by the way they live, by the products they use, by the things they're doing, then they are influencer. Otherwise they're just an Instagram account with number of followers. So I see it very differently here. And I have always believed in that that slow growth and engaging growth than just going viral, because anyone get viral, but there is a very less people who will actually have the loyalty of the people who are getting onboarded with their profile. So creators and influencers going to be there, and the industry is actually recognizing, especially travel industry, actually recognizing the influencers and the need of influencer marketing in the travel industry, and it goes a long way. But again, there's an insight that they are not stupid. So if they are investing money in you, they will see your profile up to the top. So if you're just with numbers and nothing substantial, then they understand the basics of influencer marketing. So don't try to, you get the point, right? Just don't try to get numbers, but to build that loyal family where your work is being appreciated anyway. So but yeah, I think everyone should showcase their talent to whoever they have as an audience, and that will just add on. One day maybe they might just get a very big work even though they have 20 followers, because that one follower saw the work, saw you growing from 0 to now, and now he wants to work with you. So quality over quantity
always. There is an also increase in like travel influencers. Like many
people started traveling.
Many people started traveling and creating content on YouTube or Instagram. So if you want to give some advice to them, like how can they reach out to the larger public, or how can they differentiate themselves with the others?
Okay, content creators. Okay, see, I think it's just the generation has changed. पहले लोगों के पास कैमरा होता था, still cameras, they to take still shots our parents' time, and now it has become like more handy mobiles, cameras, and there are platforms you can actually put these, and not you don't need albums, the beautiful albums. Now you can just put it Instagram, pay as a virtual album. So the content creators are gonna grow, and everyone wants to showcase how beautiful their life is, and they should, because I see Instagram or these places where you put content as a different channel. Okay, people think that people are just showing off, but at that moment when you're showing off, you're happy. For that moment you're happy, right? So I've seen a lot of people, they just like, they're content creating always. But I know as a creator, when I'm in front of the camera and when it goes out and even one person says that it's good, the kind of peace and the kind of satisfaction that I feel. So I think that they should use these channels to showcase how beautiful their life is. That checks the mental health. At least I feel that social media makes me happy. How they can grow is to have that niche. Like people want to see you when you are a king of something. Or you are jack of all the things, like really good things. So you have to give a reason, something that the people will like, or the people will aspire for, a destination, a tip, something they can use in their lives. So education, something inspiring, something funny, like what people want. So figuring that out is going to be a problem. Like your initial you will have to figure out what is that. Which you are really good at, and you can't. It's like if I just learned one subject or one chapter, I can't be a master of science, right? I need to know everything that is science. So as a creator also, it's not just putting the content. I see a lot of people now, they're just putting the content, like they're just matching the algorithm, and that just takes away the entire thing. Because as a creator, if you're influencing people, you should have the research, the things that you can tell that, hey, this is XYZ. So अभी क्या हो रहा है ना वरनीत, दो तरह के क्रिएटर्स आ रहे हैं. एक तो जिनको कुछ भी बनाना है, उनको सिर्फ वायरल होना है. ठीक है, so I don't support that. The second one is that they don't do their research. They just do it for promotions, barters, or paid promotions. Again, like you're not using it to tell, right? Like I also do barters, I also do paid, but if I don't believe in that product or if I don't believe in that property, I can't do anything for them. So that kind of ethic should be there. It shouldn't कि आपका as an influencer आपके अभी 40-50K है और आपका हर दिन का post is some paid promotion. So how do I trust you? I trusted you as an influencer because you were doing some research which I can't do. Right? So where I see as an influencer creator, they're very important. I mean, they're very, very important for the public to believe in something, but they shouldn't take this as an opportunity to just grow. their paid promotions or money.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, so that's how I would like to end my answer, that do create content, do post it on social media, keep at it, do well research, and make sure that if you're saying even A,
Yeah.
people should believe that A, because you have done your own research. And the last thing I would want to say, that don't, in this era of content creation and showing how beautiful the life is, don't forget to actually enjoy how beautiful the life is. After you create the content, take 10 minutes, just sit, keep your mobile aside, look at the people around you, look at the viewer in front of you, and just be yourself and
Yeah.
not for the camera. So that balance is very important. Otherwise, this will become another mental health issue, which gives us happiness will become a mental health issue. So that's all I would like to say about this, Varneet. If you have any add-on questions, happy to answer.
No, we are finished with the questions, and really thanks a lot for coming. And before ending this, I don't have a question, but it really amazes me. The travel industry is busy when the corporate sector is free.
Yeah.
Like
I was just having a discussion with my kind of boss, but as a colleague, that जब मैं corporate lawyer थी तो Saturday Sunday में इतनी खुशी होती थी कि आज Friday weekend है, Saturday Sunday आने वाला है.
Yeah.
और अभी जब मैं travel industry में हूँ, Friday आते हैं, I'm like, oh shit, Friday आ रहा है. Saturday Sunday is gonna be but then
because weekends are gonna be working for you.
yeah, that's true.
That's all. Really thanks a lot, Pao. And guys, keep traveling. And if you want to join Raw Diaries, buzz them on Instagram, rawdiaries.in and rawdiaries.store.
Oh, yes.
Thanks a lot. Goodbye.
Brought to you by No Corner Crowd.